Welcome back to Ian's Kitchen XXX. Last episode, Ian finished making the dough and was eager to get on with the project. So put some saran wrap down so your dough does not stick to the counter. Yeah, slap it around like a little bitch. If you don't use saran wrap, I find that even if you do use bench flour, it sticks to the counter a little bit, which will destroy your crust when you try to lift it up. So with saran wrap, it's a lot more maneuverable. So yeah, once you're done slapping the dough around like a little bitch, you lift the saran wrap over the pie dish and then slowly peel the saran wrap off as the pie crust gracefully falls into the dish. And then when it's in the dish, you can maneuver it to how you like, just like a drunk girl, except without the dish part. See? Pie pan! He said pie pan. See, you take the saran wrap. Oh, what's gonna happen? Wait, what? I did it! Yay! Then make sure that the ends of the pie crust are covering the tip of the pie dish, so that when you put the top of the pie crust onto the bottom, that it will stick together. Because we wouldn't want it to separate. And make sure that your dough is evenly spread out across the dish, because we wouldn't want one part to be cooked and one part to be uncooked. Then the Queen of England will bust into your house and be all like, I don't like this pie! And then I'll be all like, leave my house! Leave my house! And she won't. She'll just stay there and we'll get married and have children. They'll all be wearing crowns all the time, and if anyone tells them to take them off, I'll beat the shit out of them. Make sure it's all crimped around the edges. Oh shit, this is boring as shit. Come on, get to the filling. That's the exciting part. As I stated on the previous part of this film, I used pears instead of apples because I had ran out of apples, because apples are delicious and I eat them. This is also a project for foods, by the way. I forgot to do the lab at school, and I am doing it at home, so I took a few pictures of it, and I'm going to give it to Miss Calange. And if she doubts me, I'll show her this video, and all the fucks and shits is her fault for not believing me. Look at me go. Now I'm at the sink. I think I'm going to the fridge. I'm not sure. I can't read his mind. 1 second. That's what that means. So hold your fucking horses! See that sift? The big one on the... Oh wait, never mind. See, there's my pears cut up into little chunks. Nom nom nom. The pie. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna put about 3 tablespoons of flour onto the pears, and we're gonna put about 3/4 of a cup of sugar onto the pears. And then, if you want, you can add a little bit of vanilla or a little bit of cinnamon, and then mix it all together. And you'll have a grade A pie filling. Personally, I prefer cherry pie, but we don't have cherries because my mom doesn't shop ever. I'm so hungry, which is why I need to learn to cook for myself, because no one can do it for me. No one! Put the flour away, you fuck. There's my sugar, which my sister's going to be very angry at me for using, because that's her tea sugar, and her tea's going to be all bitter. She's going to be all like, nom nom, who did this to my tea? And I'll be all like, it was me, sir. And then she'll be all like, why did you do this? And I'll be all like, because I had to make a pie. And she'll be all like, I don't give a shit about your pie. And then she'll throw it at me, and I'll get hot pears all over my body, and then I'll have burn marks, and I'll show them to you when I get back to school on tomorrow. See, that's me mixing it up. Make sure all the pear pieces or apple pieces or whatever the fuck you're making is all covered in the mixture of flour and sugar. And then, see, like that. Look at it. Look at it! Then dump it all into the pie. Make sure that it's not sticking out or anything. Make sure it's all even and flat with the top of the dish. Yeah. Pan those apples. I mean pears! I mean Bridget! Should look like that. Now toss that bitch away. Dance, fool! My mom told me to make chili on this show, but I bitch slapped that motherfucker and told her to take a hike. Cause nobody must know how to make chili except for me, Ian! It's just so delicious. I really love it. Please don't tell it I said that about him. Then, once again, we're using the saran wrap for the top of the pie dish, and we're gonna do the same thing we did to the other ball of crust, and we're just gonna flatten it down this time and put it on the top. So watch very carefully. You could learn a valuable lesson from this. Oh, I'm sure you all will get more than you bargained for. Anyway, so flatten down the dough, slap it around like a little bitch again. God, it's like you're having sex with like 8 people in the same day. You just have to slap and beat yourself off a lot. Doesn't make sense! Oh, my nipple is all green. Green nipples! I hope Jared's watching this. And if he is, I want him to know that he's a very special boy, and I have these feelings for him, and I'm kind of confused about them, and I don't know what to do, but I just think we should spend some time together and explore them. It's perfectly natural and fine to explore these urges with each other, and as teenagers we do have higher urges than other people, so I think it's just natural that we explore them, so yeah. Anyway, take the pie, put it down, then carefully move the top crust over the pie, like so. And then arrange it, of course, so the top pie crust is covering all of the pie, because we wouldn't want any of the apples to get burnt! Oh, by the way, you're supposed to wet the edges of the bottom crust before you put the top crust in, and it works as a sort of adhesive for the flour when it gets heated, so it'll stay on better. Yeah, push it down. Make that shit all flat. Flat like the kind of asses I like to have sex with. Flat ass. Flatworms. Peripheria. Sponges. SpongeBob SquarePants. So I'm taking the fork and I'm poking holes in it for ventilation so it doesn't bubble and look like shit. And I will then take the fork and use it to crimp along the edges, like so. And you do that so that the two crusts are meshed together, and there's some other friggin' reason about moisture or some shit like that. And if you want, after this, although I didn't, you can sprinkle a little bit of sugar on the top to make it extra sweet. But I didn't do that because Maggie's a friggin' bitch! She needs sugar for her tea. Come on. Come on, put it in the oven! Might take some patience to crimp around all the edges. Yeah, big ass titty. Haha, you have to watch this and I'm watching Repo, faggot. Okay, now take the pie, put it in the oven for about 30 minutes, check on it every 10 minutes. It should take about 45 minutes in all. At 30 minutes it should be brown but not completely cooked on the inside, so give it another 10 minutes and that'll be 40. Just be sure to check on it because the crust burns really easy. Now, I hope you enjoyed this, but I have to go now. Be sure to stay tuned for the conclusion!